Hey there, and welcome. It's funny. Sometimes the most common, everyday words we use hold the most amazing stories. Today, we're going to unravel one of those words, and in doing so, we'll stumble upon a really powerful idea about communication itself. So let's just dive right in. I want you to think about this for a second. The English language has over 1 million words. So out of all of them, what makes one particular word so crucial that we just couldn't live without it? Is it its meaning? How simple it is, how flexible, that's really the core question we're digging into today. So our whole investigation starts with just one word, disease. And right away, in its Wiktionary entry, we find this really intriguing little note. It's on something called the Basic English 850 list. What in the world is that list? And why is this specific word on it? Well, that's the mystery we're about to solve. All right, so to get to the bottom of this, we've got to start at the most fundamental level. What job does this word actually do? Let's take a look at its main definition. Look at how beautifully simple that is, right? It doesn't use any complicated medical jargon. It just says, if you're ill, you have a disease. It explains a really basic concept using another really basic concept. That makes it super direct, super clear, and understandable to pretty much anyone. And this is where that simplicity becomes incredibly powerful. This example right here, it communicates this massive, complex, and tragic reality in one single, clear sentence. The word disease does all the heavy lifting, and it lets us grasp the situation instantly. It's absolutely essential for talking about global health. And of course, disease doesn't work alone. It's got some close cousins, like illness and sickness. This just goes to show that it's part of a core family of words we use to talk about being unwell, which just reinforces its fundamental role in how we speak. Okay, now here's the thing. Truly essential words are rarely just one-trick ponies. They're flexible. They can do more than one job. For instance, disease isn't just a noun. It can also be a verb. Yeah, like a lot of core English words, you can adapt it. You can have a disease, but something can also disease you. This kind of grammatical flexibility makes it a super efficient tool for communication.
And check this out. This is a fantastic little piece of language history. The verb used to have a much broader meaning. It actually came from disease, a lack of ease. So you could literally be diseased by an annoying person. How great is that? But today, its meaning has narrowed down to its medical sense, to be infected. This whole evolution shows how the word became more and more specialized and essential for a really specific, vital topic.
Okay, so we've seen that the word disease has a simple meaning, it has a huge real-world impact, and it's grammatically flexible. Now let's tie all of that back to the mystery we started with, that special list. This brings us full circle. Remember our original question. We saw that disease was on the Basic English 850 list. And now, finally, we have all the clues to understand exactly why. The Basic English list has only 850 words. Just 850, that's it. The whole idea was to pick a core vocabulary that was powerful enough to explain almost any complex idea. It's like a toolkit for clear international communication. So you can imagine, to make the cut for this tiny list, a word has to be an absolute MVP. And there it is. That's our answer. Disease makes the list because it represents a universal human concept in the simplest, clearest way possible. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor in Geneva or a farmer in Kenya. This one word communicates a fundamental reality. It's a cornerstone for talking about well-being, about science, and, well, about life itself. So, this all leaves us with a final thought, really. The principle behind why disease is on that list? Well, it's a lesson for all of us. Simplicity is power. So think about it. What complex idea in your own work or your own life could you explain more clearly, more simply, and maybe more powerfully?